The 2021 Acura TLX is the top-selling luxury sedan in St. Louis, and St. Louis Acura has an unbeatable selection. The TLX has the highest safety rating, and right now you can get $2,500 in Loyalty Conquest offers with 0% financing for up to 36 months. We offer free pickup and delivery, and we'll also buy your used vehicle, even if you don't buy from us. St. Louis Acura, committed to becoming better than ever for you.
Hey, welcome back in here to Weekend Joe, driven by Ncaa St. Louis Acura and Ncaa Alton Toyota here on ClaibsOnline.com. Hey, it's a Hall of Fame show just like it was last Monday on the lunch show with Claibs and Joe, because part of the 2021 Missouri Sports Hall of Fame class that was with Mike Claiborne joins us right now. He is the president of the St. Louis Sports Commission. He is Frank Viverito. Frank, welcome and congratulations.
Well, if I have a minute for a quick story, I said to Mike at the Hall of Fame event, I said, you remember when we were broadcasting UMSL basketball on American Cablevision in 1983? Remember when I said in 38 years, both of us will probably be going into the Missouri Hall of Fame together? And he said, no, I don't remember that. So it was a great afternoon.
It was, and just like I showed Claibs the other day, I got trading cards now with both of your faces on it right here. So just nice little keepsake.
Yeah, he was funnier than I was at the event,
from the weekend. It really was. It was it was well done. It's the first Hall of Fame Missouri Sports Hall of Fame event that I have gone to. So it was that was really well done. I know that definitely was not your first, and it won't be your last, based on everything that you do here in the city of St. Louis.
Yes, and my wife is a Hall of Famer as well, so I'm surrounded.
Well, this, not only, last weekend was a huge weekend for you personally, with going into the Hall. This upcoming weekend, and one of the big reasons we're having you on today, is a big weekend for the St. Louis Sports Commission, and something that you guys have built now for the last decade, and that is the Musial Awards. That are what year are we in right now for the Musial Awards?
This is year 16.
Wow. And when you guys started this all the way back in 2005, then any idea what this was going to grow into?
Well, I would tell you that this was our vision. We didn't know how we were going to execute, but this was, always our plan to figure out how to celebrate and elevate good sportsmanship. We didn't have the Musial name as part of it. It was originally called the National Sportsmanship Awards, but we always felt that it was so connected to St. Louis sports and who we are as sports fans and what we are as a sports city, with people like, Musial and Gussie Busch and Jack Buck that, laid the groundwork for creating the best fans in baseball. That's not a new thing. This is kind of who we are. And so we love the concept of sportsmanship, and we thought we could connect it to St. Louis, and we thought we could make a difference in the world.
And just everything that over the past 15 years, now this has become something that CBS has picked up, and they are airing now. It's gone from this event that you eventually, as you mentioned, you named after Stan Musial, who, local legend, but nationally known as one of the greatest baseball players of all time, but has really just become now this national thing that people know. Around Christmas time, it's going to be on their television if they can't attend.
Yes. And we've tried to take, step by step over the years. A big step was when we changed the name of the awards from the National Sportsmanship Awards to the Musial Awards, and God bless the Musial family for working with us and being so generous with their time and literally sharing their dad and their mom with us. Then we took a big step when we moved the event to what's now known as Stiefel Theater, and we've put just about 3,000 people in the building each year. Huge step 3 years ago when we were able to get the show not just on CBS nationally, but it's also produced nationally by Al Roker's production company, Al Roker Entertainment. So it's produced nationally and aired nationally this year on Christmas Day at 4 p.m. Central on CBS. This is the first year that we have a national sponsor that's not connected to St. Louis or to the Sports Commission, and we welcome Lexus to the Musial Awards. We've always had, stalwart underwriters and sponsors like, Maryville University and Edward Jones and Enterprise and Worldwide Technology and our Anheuser-Busch, our great St. Louis companies. But, we're taking some steps to turn this into not just, not a St. Louis event, not just a national event, but we also have honorees the past 2 years from Canada, from Ireland, from Italy, and from Qatar. So we're making it international as well.
And the top honorees, the Lifetime Achievement Awards this year, is a Canadian in Wayne Gretzky, with those local ties, as he and his wife Janet are being honored for that award.
Exactly. And when you think about what that award, who would qualify for that award and what does it mean? You're looking for a Lifetime Achievement Award winner, someone who is at both the height of his or her sport and the height of sportsmanship. So, you look back on our past honorees. Last year was Hank Aaron. A few years back was Jackie Joyner Kersey. A couple years before Aaron was Bart Connor and Nadia Comaneci. Early on, we had Arnold Palmer, and you're just talking about people who have lived a lifetime of sports achievement and sportsmanship achievement, and it's so gratifying for us to have this list of honorees, and to this year add Wayne and Janet Gretzky to that list.
What does that process look like when when is it decided who is given that award? How are the nominations? How do they come in? What is can you take us give us a look behind the curtain with that?
Sure. The thing with the Gretzkys is that we knew that all along. It was just a matter of time, before we were able to find a year when Wayne and Janet were available to be honored, because if you apply the criteria I mentioned, they're first on that list, and so that was really an easy one. But we have an open nomination process, 365 days a year. We do a Google search for the word sportsmanship, and every story that comes through the media that mentions the word sportsmanship, is considered. We fill folder after folder during the year, and kind of have an ongoing nominating process where we'll sit down every month or two and go through all of our stories, and pick the 2 or 3 best, and then, keep that going through the year until we have 8 to 10 stories that have a great diversity to them. And when I say diversity, I mean diversity in every way we can think of. Is, we want news stories, we want different sports stories, we want different definitions of sportsmanship, we want old and young and men and women, and we love that we've been able to tell so many different stories and have so many different examples of what sportsmanship means. So it's not a secret process, but it really is an evolutionary process, to finally put all the pieces together to make a great national show.
And in a world today where things go viral so fast and are reached to all corners of of the United States and the world. You see those kind of converge here in St. Louis for this. I'm reminded, I think it was probably the 2019 awards, where it was the high school players that they were best friends, and the pitcher struck out his best friend to win, to go on in the state or districts or wherever it was. But that wasn't local, but it ended up being a something that was celebrated here in St. Louis. And that was something that all sports fans, or anybody really with social media, saw that video well before you guys honored them at the Musial Awards.
Right. And, you talk about, one of the guys striking out is his best friend, and instead of celebrating with his team, running to home plate to console him. And then, we send Mike Bush all across the country to produce these original video pieces, and you show the piece at the theater, and everybody's already in tears. And then when the lights come up, you have the kid who struck out and was consoled standing there with a Musial Award to present to his best friend who came to console him. And the only good thing about it is they're already crying, so they're not going to start crying again. But that's why we put tissues at every place, because they're always used. And you're exactly right that these stories, many of them have gone viral, already before we honor them, and some people have heard about those stories. Some are surprised. And one thing I'll say about people coming to the event, that the concern I hear so often is we're not sports fans. Okay, I'm not a sports fan. I say you don't have to be a sports fan to love these stories and to fall in love with these young people or these old people. We honored, Sister Jean from Loyola when she was 99 years old. And you can fall in love with a 9-year-old just as easily as you can fall in love with a 99-year-old. And you don't have to love sports to do it.
And in the world today, and just so much hate and just that is around, you look at the list of everybody that you guys have coming in, and it still is a reminder that there are these great stories that are still out there for people to hold on to, and I guess have some hope.
Yeah, and I say this every year, it's like now it's more important than ever. And also, the lessons that we learn from this event are so very simple. If someone falls down, pick them up, and we see all the time that, that our crowd is probably the least polarized crowd you could ever have. They're from all walks of life, all political persuasions, and it's something that we can all agree on, that good sportsmanship is important in our lives, and that these life lessons inspire you. They make you feel good. We call the Musial Awards the most important awards in sports, and we call the Musial Awards event the most inspiring night in sports. And I really believe that that they are, and it's darn entertaining on top of it.
Two more that I have to ask you about that you are, and if people want to see the whole list before this weekend, they can go to musialawards.com and they can see all of the nominees, or all of the people who will be presented with awards. Did you ever think, I know Bryce Harper is being honored this weekend, did you ever think that you would be rooting for a Philadelphia Philly to win an MVP award just days before the event this weekend?
He's going to be in Hawaii at a teammate's wedding this weekend, so we've got him on the big screen. But the cool thing about the Musial Awards is, we don't see team colors at that event. So this year we're cheering for LSU, and we're cheering for the Phillies, and we're cheering for Gretzky and the Edmonton Oilers, and we're all just good sports this weekend.
The Buffalo Bills too are
Yes.
their fan base, the Bills Mafia. There will not be any tables that people are going to be thrown through on the stage there. Correct?
That's the second time I've been asked that question today. So yeah, you're exactly right. And how dare I forget to single out the Buffalo Bills fans, and what a great story that is. It's not one of those, heart tuggers in the sense that you're crying when you hear the story and meet these guys, but it just makes you feel so good, that what they've done in terms of generating support and kindness for Lamar Jackson when he went out in a game against the Bills last year, and it just shows you how important sports are in teaching these life lessons, and it doesn't matter whether you're a pro football player or a fan, or another person that we're honoring this year is the winner of the National Spelling Bee. And maybe it's a little bit of a stretch to consider spelling a sport, but it is on, it airs on ESPN, and it's such a great story of overcoming adversity and showing extraordinary character and sheer joy. So I can't wait to meet Zaila Avant-Garde, and I say that every year. It's like I can't wait to meet every single one of these honorees, and a common thread on behalf of all of them is when you call them and you inform them that they've been selected to receive a Musial Award, almost to a person, that they say, "What for? I didn't do anything." And that is so common to these folks is to say, that's just who I am, and I don't deserve to be honored for that. But it really is important to elevate and celebrate those stories, because these are things all of us can do, in the moment, and really feel good about.
I'm looking here on online right now. Ticketmaster looks like just the final 2 rows. There's seats available there. So if people are interested in getting their tickets for this Saturday, there are still a few remaining, but they're in those last 2 rows. So they need to get them quick before they go.
I believe those are only $10, and so we try to make the event accessible to everyone, and I would encourage anybody who doesn't have plans for Saturday, or if you have plans, to break them, because you will love this year's show. It's it's fun. It's back after a year. Everybody will be so delighted to be together at Stiefel Theater. We have a couple of surprises. One of them I can tell you is that Al Roker is planning to join us in person with his production group, and Al's the best. It's so great to have him as a fan of the Musial Awards. One of our honorees I mentioned before, Bart Connor, is coming back, and he'll have a place in the show. Mike Bush is emceeing for his 16th consecutive year, and it's just the feel good evening of the year.
That's awesome. That's this Saturday. So tomorrow night is when the Musial Awards will take place here in St. Louis. Outside of that, Frank, as we mentioned, everything else that you have done for the community here in St. Louis with the St. Louis Sports Commission. Following this, I'm looking at the schedule that you guys have in front of you. What's the next thing that you are most excited about coming up here in the St. Louis Sports Commission?
Well, I have to tell you that we're also doing another event this weekend. We're working with Washington University to host the Ncaa Division III Women's Volleyball Championship on campus at WashU the same night that we're hosting the Musial Awards. So we've got multiple things going on the same evening. We're looking forward to, we're still in the mix for the 2024 Olympic swimming trials. We expect to hear from that hear about that before the end of the year. We've got a whole host of different events coming up in 22. Lots of different sports. Go to the website at stlsports.org to see those. The event that I'm really excited about, it's a few years away, is the Ncaa Frozen Four. We had that back in 2006, I believe, and it was one of the most successful events we've ever done. We have Division II wrestling coming in 22. We have the annual Missouri Valley Conference basketball tournament. It's just a buffet of interesting sporting events. We're doing the USA Canada women's hockey games at the Centene Ice Center this December 15 and 17. Just announced that today. Earlier this month, we announced the President's Cup golf event for 2030. I know I'm all over the map, but there's so much to look forward to and so much to be excited about.
I noticed that too, as you look at that list, and just being able to put something on the calendar for 2030 has to feel really good, knowing that you guys are set for that, for a decade right now with stuff.
Exactly. And, one event I'd love to see here, and one we did successfully for 6 years, a few years ago, is Mizzou, Illinois football. I'd love to see that be an annual event in St. Louis, and their series resumes in 2026. So we're going to do everything we can to bring those games to St. Louis. It was such a fun event here annually, and it's a tough competitive environment. The pandemic has shaken up a lot of things about bid cycles and dollars and cents and guarantees and security and healthfulness and so it's a challenging landscape, but it's always been a challenging landscape, and we have such good relationships and such good experience, so many wonderful partners in this community that we really can compete nationally, and I can talk about what a great sports town St. Louis is with enthusiasm and confidence.
Absolutely. Frank, thank you so much for taking the time out of your week and doing so. Best of luck with everything going on this weekend. And once again, congratulations on your induction into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame this past weekend.
Thanks, Joe, and thanks, Mike.